Hey there, Kaijus and Kaijettes. This is one of your Kaiju Hollywood bad boys, Luke Evans Flip, presenting you with another brand spanking new episode. This week we welcome back Machine Culture's own, Kelly Opalko, as we cover the Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson vehicle, 2018's kind of based on the arcade game, Rampage. The movie that made America say, really? Why? This episode we discuss such topics as, do wolves fly? Is the way I say Chinese people racist? And my own personal topic, does Brandon Kirkman think smarmy is pronounced as swarmy? Now, we did have a few technical issues while making this episode, so if you hear some cracks and pops, just imagine you're listening to us on a vinyl record. And as always, if you have any questions, please email us at podzookipodcast@gmail.com, and we might even read it during an episode. Anyways, enjoy the show.
Render unto Ghidra what is Ghidra's. 10 to 1 he sees you through a beaker and a tweezers. Read the fine print and be like, what's the big deal? Spun wheels of steel since broke wheel, big wheel. Back when it was greasy as curl, now it's easy dread. Had a rhyme on how they used to tease him about his peasy head. Yes, y'all, to the beat. Have a ball.
Ooh, hey, that was, I feel like a lazy Sunday morning clap for me, but you know what that means. It's going to be time for another wonderful episode of America's only podcast about murders. Well, it's about giant creatures and murders they do. That's right. Yeah, no, but ours is the Kaiju murders, and it's really cool and good. It also does grossly celebrate murder and, kind of use the victim's own suffering to make their own profit. Hey, it's Podzooky. I'm one of the Kaiju Hollywood bad boys, Brandon Kirkman.
I'm another one of your Kaiju Hollywood bad boys, Luke Evans Flip.
Hey, it's me, Martin Felshman, your third Hollywood Kaiju bad boy, and also well-known Nightcrawler. I love taking pictures of car wrecks because I love exploiting human misery.
Our little Gyllenhaal. But you bathe more than him. That's much appreciated.
Oh, always. Everyone give it up right now for our special guest. We're so happy to have them back. Fucking give it up right now for Kelly Opalko.
Hi! Hello!
Woo! Returning champion.
Yes, I won last time, so I'm glad to be back.
Yeah, anyone who doesn't appear back lost, and that also means that they have sadly been put back into the gladiator pits until they can become victorious to return. So,
It's
just
a
how we
huge
do it here. I did want to ask you, what's your familiarity with Rampage, both the arcade game and the movie?
I
we
had
started doing this
no
episode?
knowledge. Martin told me the movie. Nope, because I heard the name of the movie, and then I told my husband Jake, I'm like, do you want to watch Rampage? And he's like the video game? And I went, what? And so he showed me clips of a playthrough, and I'm like, oh, this movie is going to be so bad, and I'm so excited.
Based on the video game as a bait and switch, because this is a movie, I've said this before about some of the other movies we've watched, this is a movie made for Chinese people. 100%.
We don't mean that in a racist way, but we mean that in the fact that it's made for the Chinese market.
I mean it in a racist way.
Oh boy, ooh.
And because monster movies still fly over there. Mm-hmm. So, and they made it based on the arcade game, so that, American nerds will be like, oh, I remember playing that when I was a kid, I'll go see this movie.
Much like a wolf, it flies over there in China still, so... it'll make sense as we go throughout this. That makes sense. The international market's such a big deal these days. They make movies specifically even in Marvel for how they're going to do overseas, which it just shows how capitalism and the globalization of all products and art have just made it the most stale thing possible.
Disgusting and cynical.
I love it. It's great. Yeah, we're here to be real nasty and sad. That's what we're all about. We're recording this on a Sunday at noon, too, or I should say 12:30 at this point, so we have some big brunch energy. We're also declaring this our official first brunch episode, so I hope you got your big old pumpkin spice latte, some pancakes, maybe an omelet. You're just getting all cozy up in a nice little fall blanket. And we're going to talk about some big old stupid monsters crushing cities, and then also the rocks there. I want to get into this idea, in fact, I had when we started watching this right away, which is... I want to bring up the fact that The Rock, from 2018 to now, he's been in Jumanji, Rampage, and now The Jungle Cruise. I have an idea that he like bought a pith helmet and he's like, this is going to be my identity now. Like I'm just a safari guy now. That's what I'm doing. Like it's too weird that all these 3 films are like the same exact Rock character in them. Not even just like The Rock acting as The Rock, but like specifically Safari version Rock. Like
I hope not, because I hated The Rock in this movie.
Really?
And I'm not like a Rock hater. I think he has a natural charisma. Like, he's not a great actor, but there's a charm to him. But he was at his most Mary Sue in this movie.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, this movie doesn't have a lot of charm to any of the human characters, but I do want to deposit this right away. George the ape will be flying through this film. Give him an Oscar. Put him back in 2021 for the running. I love this monkey. I want to say that now.
I absolutely adore George. I have to disagree. I think The Rock was incredibly likable in this movie, and he is, in fact, with the exception of Gun Hip Agent Man, he was the only human character who I actually liked.
Oh yeah, that was the one played by the one actor who
Jeffrey
is
Dean
Negan
Morgan.
on, Walking Dead. I should bring up the actual list. Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, he's great.
He's a good actor too. So I definitely agree. I thought he did a pretty good job. I still feel like The Rock, Naomi Harris, who played Dr. Kate in the movie, they did what they could. It's just it's such a stale script. It's like so obvious right away of like they're really working with what they can do. I gotta kind of agree more with Luke, where I find The Rock to be pretty charming, but in this film I just didn't feel it, because it's like every line of dialogue in this movie, which is something we run into a lot of these kaiju movies, is just exposition. Like the characters are just to tell you what's going on, but this film assumes you have no understanding of how the world works in any way or form. You are literally a baby that just learned language,
and he's
need to tell you everything.
He's like a main character from like a Roland Emmerich or a Michael Bay movie, but without the angst.
Yeah, I wanted to posit this idea. He's like, when you play a video game and you get a tutorial from an NPC character constantly.
Yeah,
he's
but he's the main character of this movie.
Like,
you got to approach the door and press the X button.
Yeah.
Exactly, that energy, 100%. This was also directed by Brad Payton, which I think is kind of interesting because he's a director that's been doing a lot of things with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, because he also did Journey to the Mysterious Island, San Andreas, and Rampage, and then he did that stupid Netflix series that came out too, Daybreak, that looked god-awful. I mean, I'm sure it could be good. I haven't seen it, but I'm just going to go off the trailers, and I saw it, and I felt, like, physically repulsed by it, so... Swarmy, we don't need swarmy zombie movies. Like, I'm already tired of the whole, like, Marvel, swarmy, aware, funny characters, and then you put it into a zombie movie. No, thank you. I'm good. Should we get into the movie and going over the plot right away, or should we get into...
Do you want to talk about the red dress? All the facts about the red dress?
Yeah, okay. Well, here's the funny thing. Me and Kelly were talking about how we had to go to the trivia right after this movie because of how stupid it is. Spoiler, it's a very stupid movie. The trivia on IMDb brings up the fact that Claire, one of the characters, was wearing a red dress, and that's in the Rampage, the arcade game, you could eat little characters, and one of them was a woman in a red dress you could eat. They brought up that fact 3 times, that this was a giveaway that she was going to get eaten. I'm like, I'm pretty sure who's ever doing the trivia for this is really into vore. Like, this is like, this is like good stuff. They need to know about this. This is like their Mr. Skin.
I want to talk about the arcade game for a second, because like
I know nothing about it.
I thought I thought when we were making this episode that like Rampage is one of those video games that's far more memorable than it is like fun to play.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
it's a very strange game because it's an arcade game from. Let me bring up the actual.
Yeah, for any listeners who don't know, Rampage is an arcade game where you play as the monsters. There are 3 monsters, as in this movie. George, the giant gorilla. Ralph, the giant wolf, who is bipedal in the game. Not he doesn't walk on all 4s like a regular wolf, like this wolf in this movie. But they do say Ralph at one point. They stop calling him Ralph after they say it, but they bring it up.
Yeah.
Well, that's just a name drop for the fans who have that deep, deep Rampage lore.
Yeah, then there's Lizzie, the giant lizard, which is also bipedal and not a giant, not just an Angoras ripoff like they are in this movie.
Like big fans, like one of those lizards that puffs up when it gets mad, like, but it also swims. Alligator lizard?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
It's alligator
That's
lizard.
true.
they've got DNA from everything. I mean, we saw... Yeah.
It's a funny thing to bring up, too, is the video game's a very simple mechanic of you play as one of the monsters, and then you climb up buildings, and you have to hit them a bunch on the side until they eventually collapse. And you're going around the world destroying all of the scum labs that made you that monster. Because in the game, they were people that were turned into monsters. But they decided to go with a more classy version of it's animals, so that way when they get killed, you don't feel so bad about it.
Were they people that were turned into
It's
animals? Because I thought they were, like... I thought when you lost, like, if you were, like, the character, it would, like, turn back into, like, a regular size, like, thing.
Yeah, you turn back into a human, and then you would
Oh.
die. I played it a few times when I was a kid. It's a real weird series because it's been around forever. From like 1986 is when the first one came out, but then they started putting them all over arcades again in 1997 when they decided to like re-release.
And yeah,
it,
and the concept is cool.
Oh,
like
yeah,
you're,
Rampage World Tour,
you're
baby.
the monster destroying the city. Like, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a neat novel
But you're not
idea
trying
for
to
an
stop
arcade.
the
But
monster, you
I
are the
prefer...
monster.
King of the Monsters.
Exactly.
Real good social commentary. King of the Monsters was a very fun game, and it definitely took that formula and made it more of a fighting game, which makes more
Way
sense.
more
It feels
sense,
like
yeah.
Go shout out to that. Some of those classic Neo Geo games still fun to go back to, especially your Metal Slugs or your King
Yeah,
of the
good
Fighters.
luck finding them.
Um,
But
Yeah, you piece of shit. You stupid listener. I don't know why I'm going on this rant. I'm really glad that you're listening to this podcast. It's that weird Sunday energy. I feel like we should get into this Brad Payton classic Rampage.
yeah, we start out in what we think is the jungle, but it turns out to be Cisco. Is that where they live?
California.
San Diego,
San
it doesn't
Diego, yeah.
matter. It
One of
doesn't
the
fucking
Sands.
matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can do the plot of this movie, but it doesn't fucking matter.
It's so pointless.
The Rock, who is Davis Oyoke, some weird last
Okoye.
name.
Akoya.
Okoye, yeah. Who's a primatologist, which I think is a real word, but it sounds like a made-up word.
It
I mean,
does
all
sound
words
like
are
a made-up word.
He's a monkey doctor.
I'm gonna.
True.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a monkey doctor.
They should have just called him
That's
Monkey
what the
Doctor
MD would
MD.
stand for.
He's got a little lab coat on, and it's got
Monkey Doctor.
It's got like the stethoscope in it, but there's also a little banana in his pocket.
Yeah, but they're trying to observe a new
really cute.
gorilla they introduced into the... What's the word they keep using? Troop?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Theater.
There.
yeah, they're getting the monkey.
And I only talk about this because Martin brought up earlier the comic relief side characters. Because there's
Yeah.
technically two of them, but they were only in this opening scene. Thank God.
I would like to bring up very quickly, this film does a lot of things wrong. There are some things that I appreciate oh so much that it did, which they took these comic relief side characters and this potential love interest and just got
Yep.
them the fuck out of the movie like 10 minutes in. And it's so nice.
This movie specifically has a brand of, like I was saying before we started recording, of like mid-90s action films, of like even in all spirit and even writing, because even the conventions of like, there's this one girl that's with the whole research team at the beginning that's like really crushing on Davis, and she's like, oh, maybe you could teach me those submission techniques later.
That was
like,
painful.
what is this?
Yeah.
What is this film?
They got out of there
It
real
was
quick.
And then
very
the-
painful.
Other comic relief brought up that she said submissive in the very next scene.
Yeah. This is one thing we need to point out with this film. There is no detail they will not remind you or point out in this film. There's no subtlety in any form or any way. Like,
Nope.
literally, even when they're picking up the canisters, you're like, oh, I think the canisters would cause this mutation. It's just like, please, just, you
We
don't
can see
need
it.
to say it so much.
Oh, hey, that's
It was frustrating.
You had, like, the canister, like... So you had to, like, analyze and stuff, right? You didn't just, like, grab it with your bare hands. Which he didn't use his bare hands, granted, but I think when he was picking it up, it was like, hey, you maybe want to
He's
not
like a
do
plastic
that.
bag.
'cause
Like it
you-
flew in from space. Don't
Yeah.
touch things from space.
Yeah.
Hey, that reminds me. This movie does not start in
Yeah.
a nature preserve. It
Yeah,
starts
which
in the
honestly,
end
I
of
would have
another
rather
movie.
watched that movie. Like I felt
yeah.
sad about those people.
Yeah.
Gravity, but with monsters.
Yeah, they're in a space station so that our evil corporation, the Energy Corporation, can do their experiments in a rat that was mutated.
And I
that
guess they're
killed
in
everyone on
space
the ship.
because they're using CRISPR, which kind of stupid to make it CRISPR. Just kind of make something up. Just say genetic
I
engineering.
think they want to.
And also that
They did
put
no research.
this movie in the
CRISPR is a
drawer.
word people know, so it's like, well, everything's just about CRISPR. It's
yeah,
all CRISPR. Brother.
totally. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like CRISPR is gonna like start the downfall of humanity, not because of the genetic manipulation it's doing. It's the first like one to use the anagram where it drops like the vowel at the end and just puts an R. And I think that advertising is what's rotting all of our brains nowadays. But anyway,
Yeah, well,
Luke, sorry.
America had banned CRISPR as a weapon of mass destruction.
For like 2 seconds. It wasn't even long enough to read.
And we don't need to know that. Like, don't waste my fucking time. Don't give me information that I don't need to give a shit about.
Luke, it's very important. They couldn't afford a voice actor to do a voiceover for that part, so they needed the text.
You think with the way they point out everything, they would have said that a bajillion times already.
Yeah, and it's that thing of like they even did an introduction text that explains what CRISPR was and how the Energy Corporation was working on that before we went to that destroyed space station. And this movie keeps pointing out so many things that I'm surprised they didn't have someone like walk up and then read the text for you and then explain what this text would mean for the movie. Like it's so stupid. Everything about this movie is so dumb. But I think it creates a lot of really great moments because of how stupid it is.
I know we haven't introduced this character yet, Tex, but one of the very dumb things that I love is that he is always wearing a gigantic belt buckle and has like the holster of a gun sticking out of the belt of his pants.
A pearl-handled gun.
Yeah.
It looks good on him. I can't lie.
Does.
It looks good.
Yeah. I mean, it all looks fun and good until he shoots his dick off. It's just then, don't come crying to me when you're
subtlety.
Well, he was a dude who's... He was clearly like he knew he was in trash, so he was just kind of having fun doing this dumb.
Oh yeah, have you seen him in Watchmen?
Oh
he
yeah, I think he was having a blast
in that because he knows it is a bad movie.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Good casting for the comedian for sure, though. But yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was also thinking the TV show.
Wow. I've brought this up on multiple episodes, but I always have to when we mention Watchmen the movies. I saw that with my mom, and I had to sit next to her during that whole sex scene. And instead of it being awkward, we both just started laughing when it started because it's just such a bad film that even something that gross.
And also in the comic, it's like
you can't take it seriously.
2 panels.
I don't.
One of them starting and undressing each other, then another of them accidentally firing the flame on the owl ship to represent coming.
The owl ship.
Yeah. I mean,
or
tomato.
One. Yeah, it's true. Well, what if he like shoots dust out of his penis? They never said if that was true or not. I mean, he's a superhero. He could have like some type of weird thing going on.
Oh, I'm pretty sure. If he's an owl-based superhero, I'm pretty sure he comes like rodent skulls.
He comes a flag with bang written on it.
Works.
I'm so sorry.
Sounds so painful.
No, I mean it's okay. Yeah. Just passing a bird skull every time.
The Rock.
Anyways, back to this movie.
The Rock.
Yeah.
As
Back to
George the
Rock.
monkey.
Yeah, we are introduced to George pretty early on. He's like this monkey that has a sense of humor. He's sign language, all these jokes. The Rock's like, hey, quit it.
Well, they don't really sign language. Like, occasionally The Rock will move his hands, kind of. He'll say one word, but...
Well, I think they're using sign language, but it's set to Coco style, is what I want to say.
Yeah.
I also wanted George to be like Coco, where he would have had all the weird tics of like Coco also was like decent at communicating things, but she would also constantly ask to see people's nipples, and I was kind of hoping they were going to have George do that as a reference.
Too clever
but
for
they
this
didn't do
movie.
that, so
Too
I'm a
clever
little
for
sad.
this.
Too clever.
Definitely too clever.
He does make a sex
Coco,
joke at the very end of the movie.
That's true.
That's true. Maybe that was like a little nod to Coco. God rest her soul. What a
R.I.P.
great
to a
monkey.
great one.
Yeah, truly one of the greats. So yeah, we're introduced to all these. They cast aside those like tertiary research buddies right away, as we're introduced to Kate Caldwell, who's the scientist who basically made all this, but then she got fired and kind of I guess blackmailed by Energy so that they could cover up their tracks when she tried to destroy the research. It's much like The Rock. It's like she's just there to get exposition out. They have this whole backstory that she was doing all of this and trying to destroy it and get money from it because her brother was going through cancer treatment, but then she ended up in jail and he died. you know, that sounds sad when you say it out loud, but when this movie delivers, it's like, okay, please just get.
It really is nothing but a line. Like it's not really.
It doesn't matter. I mean, like we see one picture of her brother, and we get to hear like, oh yeah, I was a scientist, so I could support my brother, but they sent me to jail, and he was dead within a month. But like, it doesn't fucking matter. We don't care. Why would you?
Yeah, I don't care about any of these main characters. Like they try, but it's so bad. It's so flat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very very flat. They as this is all going down, basically the space satellite station that got destroyed shoots the canisters down to Earth, and we see it infect our buddy George, so we know where that's going, and then a wolf, and then an alligator, and we are now in Rampage 2018, finally. This is like the constant, once again, why it felt like a real mid-90s action film of like a Men in Black or any type of other film kind of similar of like, we have all these things happen, and then it's like the main hero's making a mad dash to get to location where a monster is going to arrive and either destroy a city or the world. Mm-hmm. And that's basically this whole movie.
Yeah, but Men in Black is fucking awesome.
Yeah, the movie rules.
Yeah,
it's still
the first one.
Ooh,
not the other two.
Well, first one was good. Second one was not good. Third one was good.
Yeah, third one.
International was bad. So if they do another
every
one,
other movie,
I think it's going to be good. Yeah. I thought the third one was pretty good. I really liked. Especially, what am I forgetting right now? Jermaine Clements being the main like villain in that one too. Really great performance.
I like Josh Brolin, but that's about it.
Yeah, Brolin does what he can with it. It's still got a lot of weird kind of flat parts, but overall enjoyed it. I liked it. But yeah, I feel like we could go through the plot of this pretty fast because of just like. Once again, it's that common thing we have with a lot of these kaiju movies of once the action starts, it's just like watching things explode for about a good 50 minutes and the movie's over.
A lot of, and then this happens.
The doctor shows up, and then they're like, we have to get George out of here, so they put him on that plane, and then...
Yeah, George is becoming huge, and he's, like, I guess the serum also causes unchecked aggression, which makes me wonder, like, okay, how was Energen going to make money off of this? It turns animals giant and makes them crazy violent.
Military-like anger fight beast.
I guess they'll just point him in the direction of the country we want to say that's being invaded by a beast, and then we'll come in and have our own insurgents and take over again, and then eventually set up our own kind of dominance with our evil global empire. So I guess it does make sense.
Yeah.
It does kind of check out.
Hello, Afghanistan. We saved you from the rage cheetah. Now
let us
we're
show you how to
charge.
do democracy. Oh boy, this seems a little too good to actually make it real and
they
workable.
crush the monkey with
like
a truck and then try to get him back.
Yeah.
Which is when they're in the plane, which doesn't make sense.
We did
when filmmakers get gravity wrong.
Don't look for logical holes.
They try to eat the Willis
movie,
Tower
Luke.
later. There's
find them.
nothing makes sense.
Yeah. I'm going to say this ahead of time. They did a very good job of both making sure that it was like Chicago locations and then like naming off like, oh, he's going down Whacker. I'm like, okay, they did
and they destroy like the entire loop. And my first thought was, and nothing of value was lost.
Oh no, I work right by the Willis Tower, so to see them climbing up, I'm like, oh my god, please do that. I don't want to go back in.
Yeah, you work in the loop. You must think that more than anybody.
Yeah, exactly.
What was the joke I heard Tyler told me once, where Chicago goes to work and tourists go to forget how to walk.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's gotten so bad since we've gotten out of lockdown too. Like it's frustrating going home. But another thing that's really weird, you know what, we're going to take a sidebar for this because I've talked about this with Martin and past guest Hobart since we worked together. There's been a wave of like the divvy bikes, but just regular bikes, but people just on bikes in the downtown loop area on the sidewalk, literally just like almost running into every pedestrian they're going by. And I'm like, when did this start happening?
Yes.
And there's clearly like a bike lane right next to them that's marked for bikes. And I'm just like, what the fuck?
Brandon, I feel scared in the bike lane, and I would rather run into a soft pedestrian.
Yeah, like the thing is, like, I know you might be nervous biking downtown, but the bike lane is so clearly marked and wide and more safer than any place you could be with a bike, because that's why they made the bike
especially,
lane.
downtown. Like, I will ride a bike on the sidewalk on, like, Western Avenue.
Oh, Western is a death trap.
Yeah.
And then as you do that, you scream, "I'm biking here," and you knock people over because that's what you gotta do. It would be
that's ridiculous.
Just for a day.
Anyway, the monsters do attack Willis Tower, and
Anyway.
it is. I think the budget for this movie went into making it look good, not that it's interesting. So that Willis Tower falling over looks terrifying. Like it's too good. That part was too good. I'm like, this could really happen. That's what it would look like.
Yeah.
Trying to guesstimate like where it would land and all that. Like it gets in front of that like CTA Metro building, the red one. Like it's pretty well placed. This is a good example too of like you can't just have really great special effects and explosions to make a movie. I think like during the Brockheimer era of like the late 90s we thought that, but this movie clearly shows like where it all does look amazing. They did a really good job on like the destruction and the fights, but it's so boring. Everything about it was so stupid and boring.
They show
It's
like
just,
when the alligator like climbs through the glass and climbs like through an office. I'm like, okay, keep going, I guess. What else?
Yeah.
You attacked it.
I guess we're gonna see that about 4 or 5 more times. Like even at the, I mean, we can kind of jump ahead, but even like towards the climax of the movie, George gets stabilized. Once again, as mentioned 3 times in the trivia section, Claire, who's like the big bad of energy, she's trying to escape at the end of the movie with her dim-witted, shitty brother.
Well, we should talk about the villains for a second because we haven't really brought them up.
We definitely should.
Yeah, we should. Let's take a time because we have to. I think we're gonna have to spend a little time talking about Brett for sure, but also Claire. So, wow, they were stupid. I hated it.
Before we go into their characters, did y'all notice they had arcade machines in their
And
office?
one of them
was an always blurry Rampage.
I mean, it was clear enough to see it, but it's also, they call it like, because they call like, I guess, to justify the title, they call their like serum to turn animals giant and super violent the Rampage serum or Rampage tests or whatever.
Something like RPG, or no, that was the Cure. The Cure is always a good JRPG.
Yeah,
Calm you down.
but so like the game Rampage exists in this universe. I wish like the brother had said at some point like, "Man, this is just like that arcade game Rampage."
Oh, I would have hated that.
Yeah. Like, they even say, like, people on the internet had seen what the wolf was up to, and they decided to name him Ralph. And if this exists in the Rampage universe where it is, does that mean, like, they just named it because it's named after Ralph the Rampage?
Yeah.
Then? I don't know, man.
Weird coincidence that the gorilla was already named George.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. If there were a giant wolf that was identified, like, with the internet culture today, they would have just named it after that one wolf you have to fight from Dark Souls.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's more popular for streaming it on Twitch more often, too.
Exactly. We live in a modern society. No one gives a shit about this video game.
Yeah, and also I do like that while I was watching it, Barb, my partner, referred to the main monkey as Mighty George Young. Pretty cool. Shout out to Barbara. Another fun thing I noticed that I have to get out there because I don't know when to talk about it is that at one point The Rock says "You're welcome," and it made me think of the song "You're Welcome" from Moana, which is a great movie.
Very good, very good.
Yeah. I don't know if that's supposed to be a reference to that.
Not clever enough for that.
Hey, go check out Moana. That's a good film.
I think the one
I don't think this movie was that smart.
funny inside thing they did was, as I learned reading the movie trivia, when The Rock is signing to George to say like it's okay, the sign he's making is for the word rock.
Yeah, that's funny. The Rock's here, the actor. Like, I like that they plant this idea that maybe George, even though he's a CGI monkey, was also acting. And they had to be like, "Hey, this is actually The Rock, but he's
the budget went into getting a gigantic albino gorilla."
Or like what they tried to do with the original Final Fantasy movie, like make the main character that like a digital actor that would appear in other people's movies.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, George should have had a whole spread with Louis Vuitton shit. Like it would have been
Front
so
cover
good.
of Vanity Fair. I think that would have been a great headline.
Also, yeah. It's one of those things that this film is just got so many stupid things going that when it does do something clever, you have to wonder right away if it was just an accident. Like they didn't realize what was going on with it.
Well, still in the villains.
Can we talk about the villains?
Villains.
Okay.
No,
yeah.
Oh, we got distracted again.
I would say
Okay,
the girl named Kelly, Claire, played by Malin.
She wears a red dress so that you know she's going to get eaten by a monster.
I don't know her name is it.
God, this is the this is the voriest episode we've ever talked about.
Which is surprising for being a Kaiju podcast. That
Right?
We haven't treaded these waters more heavily or more erotically. So.
Played by Malin Ackerman,
So, what
who I thought until just now, was she one of the chicks from Children's Hospital? Because I'm looking at her IMDb now. Oh, she is her.
Yeah.
Yeah, she is, because she's also from The Brothers Solomon. Did anybody else think she kind of looked like shit in this movie?
Watchmen.
Oh, she wasn't. Yeah, she was still Spectre.
Is this movie a Watchmen's reunion?
Yeah, no, it's actually the reboot of Watchmen.
Wow.
I just didn't want to say it. Yeah.
But anyway, I just thought she looked kind of like shit in this movie.
Yeah, I don't know if it was like a makeup department thing. Not I would even say like her as a person, but just like the weird outfit and eyeliner they put on her.
Something was she wearing a wig? I don't know.
Yeah, the weird hair.
My theory for this is they just wanted to make her as unappealing as possible, which they did with her character, and she did a great job of like just playing a total fucking jerk. I think they just wanted people to be like, okay, we're on the edge of our seat. We gotta see this. We gotta see this woman die.
But it's also weird that like
and also
her like she needed to be eaten because when they find the cure, quote unquote, for the Rampage disease, they put it in her purse and then they get George to eat her. But George had not eaten anyone up to that point. So how did she know that George was going to eat her along with the antidote? And also that the antidote was in a canister. So it's just going to burst. I don't know. It's stupid. It's a stupid movie.
He's a big hungry boy, and I also I did find it. So she wasn't like she didn't die from getting eaten. She probably suffocated because he just kind of swallowed her.
It's also very convenient that like it had to be eaten. We have 10 minutes until it starts to work.
Yeah, I love exact times in movies when like everybody knows exactly how it's going to work and go through right away. But I would love a movie that's ballsy enough to have like a climax like that, and then the character after's like, oh, it could take anywhere from 2 to 3 days. Like, yeah, it'd be fun. The brother is played by Jack Lacey, who's been having a bit of a bigger, I'd say, breakout roles with his main role in The White Lotus, which got a lot of talk of this year. He plays a shitty rich dude pretty great. I do have to say, I really liked watching him suffer throughout this whole film. How I wish all ultra-rich people will eventually suffer.
Speaking of other people in this movie, like, the trailer had Joe Manganiello, and I'm like, whoa, that's a pretty cool get. Like, he's popular from Magic Mike, and he also dies on the side quest to kill the wolf, right? Super early.
Very early in the movie, too. Super early.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I thought he was...
And his hands all fucked up?
I thought he was going to be a bigger part. Like, he's got to come into Chicago and help The Rock, because the wolf came in, and there was going to be this team up, but no, he died pretty quick.
They got the other dude.
I thought it was going to be like Pokemon, where they got to bring in there's got to be a trainer for each one of these things. But then they spend like no time on Lizzie until like the finale.
Yeah, you kind of see like the crocodile and the canister first fall, but yeah, you don't see him again until they're at the climax of the movie.
I mean,
the real funny part in the movie I got to talk about for Lizzie is that when she's making her way towards Chicago, they specifically want to show you that she's going underwater to get there. They show this scene where she's going through a river, and there's 3 huge boats.
They're perfectly spaced out. So like, oh, Lizzie's to the left of this one, on the right of this one, and the left again of this one.
She hits and crashes the first one. She hits and crashes the second one, and they cut away before she gets the third one, and that really pissed me off for some reason. I don't know why, but I was really upset. I'm like, I want to see the third boat get hit. That's why I'm going to give this movie a really low rating later.
Hate the architecture boat.
Terrible filmmaking. Absolutely hated it. Another thing, I'm glad that happened. That's, I think, a thought we've all had of like...
Boat all had the same passengers that were on the boat that Dave Matthews Band dropped their poop on.
Yeah, they've been having such a bad luck. They were doing it like a reunion, be like, hey, we've all gotten this over collectively as a group. We can no longer live in fear. We have to do this tour and finish it. And this is what happened.
Yeah, I would care more about that movie.
No, that would be
a movie about Dave Matthews Band dropping their poop onto a boat.
That would be such a fun, weird film. Of the first part is that, the second part is Rampage 2018. Oh man, it's that scene was kind of funny. I mean, I would never wish death upon anybody on one of those boats, but it would be just I don't think they also deserve to have poop dropped on them either.
I did hate and like because the meat of this movie should be the monsters destroying the city, but you do get like so glib about like people who aren't the main characters dying.
Yeah, this was kind of a weirdly violent movie at parts. I noticed. Too.
I mean, they literally destroy like the entire downtown Chicago.
Yeah,
it didn't have. It's a PG-13 movie, and I was missing that R. This could have been a much more fun film if there were just like blood splatter for everything. Because even when George like destroys those military men on the plane, it's like no, they just get knocked around. Like they're all clearly dead because that plane goes down, but none of them get like blood. None of them get blood dropped. I guess there is one person who does.
Or how about
it'd also be funny to have like more characters that are like getting eaten by the monsters at the end before they get
you
eaten.
filmed here.
Like,
they
filmed
like,
here. You.
Give
Bill Fursky's
Chicago
superfans
personality
up there.
in there.
Yeah, man cow. Just man cow.
Oh,
have Dick to
George
show up to
eating
fight
a
one of the
big-
monsters.
Have George eaten a big Chicago style hot dog, just one.
He eats that giant hot dog from that painting, you know, of the giant hot dog.
Yeah,
Yes.
Common's there, but instead of getting eaten, he's like helping school children get out of downtown. Because I like Common; he's a pretty cool guy.
Very Chicago-centric part of the episode.
Yeah, it'd be nice. But yeah,
Isn't like the most violent part like when George gets hit with that piece of metal? Like, that's the
no!
only
Do you
bloody...
do you remember when
bloody scene.
Agent Gun on Hip tells the shit brother like, yeah, you can leave, and then he immediately gets crushed.
Yeah, and like that.
Oh,
That's why
amazing.
he sent him out, was to get squished.
are we to believe that he's like some type of like psychic human being that has superpowers to foresee the future? Because like the whole scene set it up like he knew he's gonna get squished as soon as he goes out the building. Like it was so weird.
I would have appreciated a line that's like, ah, shit, I was gonna get him later. Whatever.
Yeah, that makes my work easier.
Oh well.
Because that was kind of my thought too.
He's
Like,
dead.
okay, yeah, leave. You're an idiot. I can find you later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm also misremembering the timeline of this movie, but doesn't the villain, like, doesn't Claire get eaten, like, way before the end? Like, it's really just them trying to survive with the chopper and also kill the monsters,
It's
right?
like half an hour before the end, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty,
15
it's
minutes
pretty
before the
active
ending, though. I think it just
early
feels like
climax.
forever.
It does feel like forever. I mean, once again, I'm going to go back to the fact the destruction of the city and what the monsters were doing looked great, but it's just so boring when it's just that over and over and over.
I mean, there needed to be more, like, cool, like, them taking out military equipment. I'm disappointed that none of them ever punched a helicopter, which is what I wanted to see. Is that something you can do in the game?
Yeah. I mean, we got the wolf doing it in the beginning, but wolf...
Well, I mean, if they'd made him bipedal,
Yeah, that's
then
just
he could.
science.
But I guess that's a little too far
Yeah.
for the scientific realism of Rampage 2018.
Yeah.
He does grow
it's ridiculous, but,
like porcupine quills and throw them at a helicopter. That's kind of cool. And he has like a
That's-
gliding wings,
They have...
Yeah.
which is cool. I laughed at that scene.
Because that's... Yeah, I screamed. I didn't pay attention. I'm like, when did the wolf grow wings? But then he has spikes because he has the DNA of a porcupine, but also a bat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was all wild. And I guess George has just got regular ass big growth DNA. I guess.
The most boring of
No,
the...
they needed to keep him cute.
Yeah. I mean, listen. Once again, I'm going to say this for the whole film. I love George. George was great. Everything
he did
about
no
him in the
wrong.
film, fantastic.
Not his fault.
Yeah. Justice for George. I mean, he didn't die, but if they have to take him to court, I'm saying that now.
They dress him up in a suit and take him in front of a jury. Oh.
I mean, he
Yeah,
did kill a lot of people.
Yeah, that was my
Yeah.
thought when they said like, "Oh,
But
he
then the
saved
judge would be
everybody."
well,
Like,
Claire was
also killed a lot of them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, hell, he was going with Ralph. He killed at least like 100 members of the military when they tried to get him in that quarry outside
Oh,
of Chicago.
Easily.
Yeah,
and I
that's
mean, there's
true.
90...
But once again, they see George and like, we can't
Oh.
stay mad at you.
We're going all around. Did y'all watch to the end where they have that little moment where they just did their big joke? George flipped off the rock. Everyone's laughing, having a great time. And then George is just casually helping people exit this building.
Yeah, I saw
I
that.
love that part so
I like
much.
that. And it wasn't. He didn't flip him off. He flipped him off in the beginning of the movie. This one, he did like the in out.
No, he flipped him off at the end.
Because he was playing dead.
Well, I was thinking more of him doing the in out gesture.
Oh yeah, that too.
So
which
subtle.
made me go, ew.
Yeah.
Yeah, once again, 2021, give George the Oscar for some reason.
Well, it's also because, like...
No, he's also...
What, like, Throck and what's-her-name were clearly set up, like, she's, like, the love interest, but they really had no chemistry together.
None.
Yeah, no, they don't even really flirt. It's just like, no, we have a common goal. I'm trying to get revenge for my brother who died of cancer, and I'm trying to save my monkey brother friend.
Yeah, they should have had one scene where when they were in the helicopter, he just leans over and is like, hey, could I teach you submission techniques? And she's like, what the fuck?
I will say, to compliment Naomi Harris, pretty good American accent. Like, I think she was pretty consistent throughout the whole film.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Fine, she's not American.
Yeah, once again...
Yeah, she's Moneypenny in the new Daniel Craig
Yeah,
Bond
once again...
movies.
I've only ever seen the Pierce Brosnan ones.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you should check out Skyfall at least.
Yeah, you
Casino
only
Royale's
really need to see
pretty too.
Skyfall.
Yeah, the rest were kind of shit. Yeah,
I do like
Royale
Casino
isn't too
Royale.
bad. But anyways, shout out to all the actors in this film. Like, even though I didn't like The Rock that much, or a lot of the actors, they were really trying to do what they could with what they had, and it was not a lot. So, yeah, I feel like that's a good place to get to our review already for it, because, like, there's no post-credit scene, which, thank God.
Animals get made big, they go to Chicago, wreck shit up, then they get stopped.
I was really hoping I don't know what I was expecting, but I was hoping for some kind of post-credit scene to just do something stupid.
Like, Gun on Hip comes back with one little good one-liner at the end.
I thought they were going to have it be like the rat was infected.
Another Rampage game where other monster animals save the original monster animals? I thought that rat was going to be like the star of Rampage 2 then.
I mean, there's basically no story to the Rampage video game, but they have made a bunch of them, but I think it's always just the three monsters, George, Ralph, and Lizzie.
This is what happens when you take a movie franchise or based off a video game and you do the video game too literal. Like, it is good to actually spice it up a little bit, guys. So, yeah. I think we'll do the review. I'm going to give it... we'll say it's going to be 5 out of 5 Mighty George Youngs, because I really do like that joke from Barb earlier of how good this film was. Does anybody want to take the floor right away?
I'll start.
Okay, go ahead.
I like this movie. Like, I think it's objectively bad, but... And I know I'm the dissenting opinion here, but...
Yeah, you are.
The Rock, we all agree, is usually very charming and has a lot of, like, charisma. He is fun to watch. I know y'all didn't like him as much as I did in this film, but he made this film fun and tolerable for me. Also, the fact that the film did end up in downtown Chicago, the fucking second half of the film, I'm just like, oh, I remember that. I'm that fucking Leonardo DiCaprio meme where he's like, he's looking, he's got the beer.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like the good version of Chicago Party Ant.
Exactly. So
And shout out to that, by the way. I don't know why it keeps coming up in all the podcasts I'm listening to, but what a god awful show.
I give this film 3 very mighty George Youngs out of 5. I would not recommend it unless you're looking for something exactly like this, which is just very dumb, very surface level, very pretty fun. You could probably scan to skip some of it. Whatever, it's fine. 3 out of 5. Yeah. Done.
I'm going to jump in as the dissenting opinion right away. I'm not going to go like ape shit on this, pun exactly intended. But I'm going to say definitely it's a 2 out of 5 Mighty George Youngs, because like it's not outright awful. It's just that usual thing I complain about in so many goddamn episodes of it's just so generic about everything it does. It doesn't want to challenge you. It wants to make a good buck in the international market, and it gets here, it goes through what it does, and then it's done. And I'm like, that was a movie I saw, and I will maybe think about it maybe 2 or 3 more times in my lifetime before I pass away. So
It's spooky season.
That's my grim review, I guess.
I'm going to give this 2 Mighty Joe Youngs because...
It was made for Chinese people. Why I think it is the way it is.
Yeah, I'm uncomfortable with that.
The way you say it is very weird, though. I do have to point that out.
Well, okay, sorry.
But I mean, also, it is true.
And I think if this movie had been like made for like an American audience or like a Western audience, it would have been because that's what this movie needed. It needed to be silly, like play with the tropes of like a Godzilla movie, like play it straight, but have it be clearly like where like, oh yeah, we know this is stupid. That's the point. And I think that would have been made it way more interesting. So like, I got some enjoyment out of it. I laughed quite a bit and was making jokes as I was watching it. I'd say it'd probably be better to watch with other people, but yeah. If you that like, I don't know, you're stoned and you've got 2 hours to kill, because it's like an hour and 45 minutes. Short, yeah. Is that how long it is?
Yeah, hour 47.
Yeah. Otherwise, it really has no right to exist.
Yeah,
and it is an abomination.
Yeah, I want to give it I might give it 2.5 Mighty Joe Youngs, and I think it gets that extra half Mighty Joe Young for me just because it's one of those bad action movies, but I have a fun time naming all the actors when they come on screen, and this is just a whole bunch of B and C tier people where it's like, oh my god, that guy from that thing. So if you have fun doing that, then you'll enjoy this, but not much else going on.
Yeah. Very good way to put it, I feel like. I could, you know what, I might retroactively go back and bump mine up to 2.5 because I talked about it quite a bit this episode, but the stop motion and the way they did George was really delightful, and I did enjoy the scenes. If anything, just make it a George-centric movie. like, no characters, you're just watching them wander around and be like, what the fuck is going on? I would have loved that. That would have been great. But, yeah, I'm gonna go and bump it up to 2.5. It deserves a little bit extra for George alone.
I'm sticking to 2.
Love that monkey.
Yeah. I think we got to get into the good old stupid games section.
Quit playing
stupid games.
And I would be absolutely remiss if I was not going to do a How Tall is Steve Buscemi.
We are once again asking you, how tall is Steve Buscemi?
For an episode about giant things crushing a city. Kelly, we've had you before, but did we have you when we were doing a How Tall is Steve Buscemi portion?
Not the last time I was on. I mean, I listened to the episodes, and I think the last time I was on, you had me lick the battery, because we could still do things in person back then.
Yeah. Which, when we do it in person, I'm glad that we've been bringing back the battery. Got them all cleaned up for our guests whenever they come through. Following pandemic protocols. But for this one, I'm not going to ask you how tall is Steve Buscemi, since you've listened to it quite a few times, and we all know his height. It's in our hearts and tattooed on our backs for all of the Kaiju Hollywood bad boys. But out of the gate, we're going to go with this because we haven't really done a movie with him. But how tall is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson?
Oh.
I'm gonna say I apologize. I do want to go first on this. I'm gonna say 6'6.6". I'm gonna say height of the beast.
The devil. I like
that.
I like that.
I don't know, because he's very built, so like he's wider than he might be tall. I'm gonna go. He's 6'3".
I'll go 5'9".
5'9"? Okay, 5'9". These are interesting takes. So I like Luke's approach because famously a lot of actors, specifically from the 90s, were actually kind of like short people that had a lot of these clauses to make them look taller. Sylvester Stallone's a very famous one for that. I don't know if I should go into how tall he is because we might have to do that for a future episode when he's Sylvester Stallone now. Mm-hmm. But he has a weird contract that anybody who's in the film with him needs to be shot where they're shorter than him. I'll just say it for this one. He's 5'10". It's not exactly short, but it's not like a very tall guy either at the same time. It's kind of like around average for most males, I think. But if you ever watch a movie with Sylvester Stallone, you'll see it, and you see they film him to be like huge. Like he looks like he's like 6'6" in all of his films. Real weird contract stuff. Anyways, the closest is going to have to be Martin because Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is 6'5".
No, I'm closest, but I went over. Like we got to get back to Kelly.
Go over. Yeah, that's Kelly. Then you're right. Because we're doing Prices Right rules. So
congratulations.
Thank you.
So you got a point. Oh, but I got more lined up. I had to Google how tall is George at the end of the movie in Rampage. So I'm going to ask you all: how tall is George, our hero monkey?
Beginning or end of the movie?
End of the movie.
Oh, so final giant size.
the final giant boy.
I'm gonna say 24 feet. He's a Jack Bauer amount of feet.
25 feet.
Thinking. 25 feet is pretty close. That's.
I'm gonna go 30.
30. So once again, I think this automatically puts Kelly in the role for winning this. George is 40 feet in the movie, according to what I was looking up.
Really?
Yeah, he's a big monkey.
I guess he's usually kind of hunched over.
Or if you stretch him out.
That's why posture's important.
I guess if you stretched him out 40 feet, that's so scary. And he's helping people away at the end. Oh no, I would still be too scared.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
And this is, for the last one, we'll do this just for the honor and the thrill of the game, because I had 3, just in case we had a tie. When I was looking up The Rock, they gave me a bunch of other people you might be searching for, and they brought up one that was truly wild I was not expecting. But how tall do you all think The Undertaker from WWE is?
6'7".
6'7"? I like that a lot.
6 feet.
6 feet? Okay.
I'm gonna have to go 6'9".
Guys, Kelly took all the points for this one. This truly blew my mind. The Undertaker is fucking tall. He is 6'10".
Fuck!
That is insane to me. Like, I know he's a big dude, because I remember I used to watch the WWE as a kid. I didn't realize he was, like, that tall. That is so insane to me.
Undertaker, more like towering over.
Ooh.
Taker. Yeah. I mean, looking at shots of him now, when I was looking up the thing, there's a lot of shots of him next to people, and it does make sense. Like, that is a tall motherfucker right there. Absolutely.
Oh, that's so scary.
Also, that weird hairline that he's not letting go of his hair, even though he's balding technically. You gotta give it up, man. Anyways, that's been it for How Tall is Steve Buscemi. I didn't really have any other games planned after this. I just want to get into a bunch of heights. You know how it be on a Sunday when you're doing it with the big brunch energy.
Yeah.
I was thinking if we should revive the classic What's the Deal with This Kaiju? But this is pretty clearly all kaijus in this movie. Like, that wouldn't really make sense to do it for this one either.
Do you think they'll do a sequel? Do
Yeah.
you think they'll do something with that little rat that they saved?
No.
Yeah.
I don't think this movie made any money anyway.
Oh no, this
really?
movie made money.
Oh.
Let's see here. According to budget was around 140. They made 428. Like, I feel like they could have.
Yeah.
I probably feel like they're like, it's The Rock. This could have and should have made more. I could see them revisiting it in a couple of years and just being like, oh hey, we got to make a new Rampage movie. I definitely don't think they're going to continue the story, but I don't know. They have this property. They might as well try to get their money out of it.
If the Rock still has that pith helmet and he still wants to be in jungles, I think so.
Yeah, absolutely. He's really honing on to that. I do feel like we should spend a little bit of time talking about the trivia more before we get out of here, because there's another really weird trivia fact that was brought up, which is in the second film in which Marley Shelton's character is killed off in the opening sequence, the other film being Sin City 2005. I feel like that was the vore guy somehow. Like, I feel like he's got some really weird and dark fetishes that he's getting onto all the IMDb pages. Just tracking women's death and thinking about who's going to get eaten.
Yeah, a one-man Wikipedia.
I hope he's getting therapy.
Yeah, I hope he's doing. Whoever you are, I hope you're out there. I hope you're doing okay.
Yeah. You seem like you're in a dark place. Yeah. There's just so many weird, wild facts with this film, too. Of, like, they also brought it up and pointed out the You're Welcome thing I pointed out, but they also have to speculate because this movie seems too stupid to do that. Yeah.
Oh no, they couldn't have known about Moana.
No. They could not be aware per contract, I guess I'll just say now. So, but yeah, I feel like this is just a good section to get into our good old recommendation and plugs.
Recommendations.
Before we kind of get out of here, does anybody have anything they would like to recommend that's been on their brains lately? It can be anything. It can be a feeling, a media property, a supernatural experience you've had, maybe because we're still in the spooky month of October, even though this might come out in November. But hey, November's kind of creepy, you know? It's still got some residual creepiness to it.
Oh, it's so creepy. It's creepy with how far Christmas has just reached into every other holiday's territory.
Yeah, oh god, I could spend a whole podcast talking about how I'm pissed off that even before Halloween decorations are coming out, that they have Halloween decorations now. Like,
I have a spooky recommendation.
Shit holiday.
Oh, please.
I'm a big fan of different ARGs on YouTube. Like, I like weird puzzle things like that. And one that I've started watching is called The Walton Files.
Ooh.
Spelled Ten, and it's kind of like if Five Nights at Freddy's was actually scary and not jump scares, and had very sad characters involved.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh,
I don't know how much you know about.
It's
scary. It is a daytime, lights on kind of watch, but I'm really enjoying that. It's very creepy.
Oh, I saw somebody posting about this on Twitter. Yeah, this looks neat. And yeah, the Five Nights at Freddy thing was a weird culture phenomenon we had for a few years where people were really into it. I played the first one and I actually did like it. But then finding out like the dude's like this weird fundamentalist conservative that like gave a bunch of money to like basically pro-life groups and other things like that in Trump's campaign. It's like, can't we have anything fun and not have to worry about like the guy making it?
Oh yeah,
can't we just have that?
Super disappointed in the creator, but I will always point at the entire series as like just a beautiful story of a single developer coming back to make something by himself. And also, it's a beautiful story about spite, because I don't know if y'all know this, but some of his earlier games, he made them with like his own design character that was like a robotic beaver, and people told him like, oh hey, this just looks creepy. So I was like, I'll fucking show you something that looks creepy.
Here's an entire restaurant.
You piece of shit.
Yeah, he made an entire fucking horror franchise out of it. And I'll never be upset about his success, but I am upset at the person he is.
Yeah, it's one of those things I'm surprised it took us so long in our culture and media to get to spooky animatronic robots, because as a kid, I loved Chuck E. Cheese's, but the gorilla animatronic one frightened me so much.
Same.
But I wanted to go to Chuck E. Cheese's, and I remember one specific birthday party where I told my parents, okay, can we just make it where I can't see the gorilla? And like literally they put like a wall of balloons where the gorilla was when we sat down at the table. And I have to give out a shout out to my mom and dad for being pretty accepting of a weird kid. I mean, I did have like one of those dads that were about tough love and made a lot of bad choices, but I'm glad at least he wasn't like, I'm going to teach you how to deal with this fear right now at your birthday party.
Hey, if that Five Nights at Freddy's movies ever comes out, please, I would love to come back and talk about that, but I don't think that's actually ever going to get made.
Oh, no, I could see it being made. It's still a hot property, and we would love to have you back for it.
Yeah, it's going to be a back-to-back feature with Among Us. It's, I honestly could think that both of those would get made in movies eventually, though.
Oh, yeah. Among Us animated series, I could see it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It'd be fun. They could do a lot of fun, goofy things with it.
The purple one's the slutty one.
Thank you. Anything to plug as well, too, Kelly?
Oh, just, everything on machine culture. Big fan.
Yeah. Got some good shows going. As always, I do this stuff with NPC Incorporated. I almost said, how did this get made, but do we still dig this? I have done that multiple times. I don't know why. There's like good stuff out there. Chronicles of Narnia, which I will constantly... We do a shout out to all the shows at the end of NPC Incorporated, and I've said Chronicles of Narnia so many times without realizing it. It's just, I mean, I get the name.
And we also got microfictions on there. We got some art and some musicians. Just check out all of machineculture.com. That's all I got to plug right now.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to go for recommendations. I've been on a Kamen Rider binge for like the last year, almost a year and a half now at this point. But I just got the model kit for Kamen Rider Forze in the mail, and it's one of my favorite, I'd say, live-action like superhero series ever made. It's very easy to find online. If you can't find a link, DM me directly on Twitter. I'm at Kirkman Brandon. I will give you a link to the whole series. You gotta watch Kamen Rider Forze. It's so good. It's about a high schooler that wants to make friends with everybody, and also he fights monsters. It's real simple, real good time. That's what I've been doing a lot of the pandemic. And there's so much of it to go through. I don't think it's going to be stopping anytime soon. As for like plugs, we've been back doing the Pressure Open Mic on Tuesdays in Chicago at Pressure Billiards, and been having a really great time while still being safe and doing all the pandemic protocols. It's kind of nice to see comedy back. Also, it's kind of upsetting to see how comedy's adapting to the new world and not really dealing with any of the issues at the same time. But, pros and cons, guys. That's what I'm going to say. I'll leave on that note.
I got nothing.
Okay, I want to recommend Petting a Cat, and I want to plug a little shitty podcast I do called Podzooky.
Real stinker. Real stinky.
Really, I throw it on in the background when I don't want to relax, when I just want to feel tense and listen to a bunch of poorly thought out arguments.
If you want to listen to a podcast that feels like it's a CA psyop to make people, desert in their own country to turn over to American sides, listen to Podzooky. I say that jokingly, but I do really like this podcast.
Oh, same here. I love talking with y'all.
But we like little silly folks.
Hey, are we going to try to do it?
I think we can do it. I think this is going to be... We got it, I remember, 4 or 5 episodes we got it, and then we fell out of the loop or the sync again, so this is going to be the one. So let's see.
Well, we got it because Martin wrote it down on a piece of paper, because we were all together.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Well, don't show the behind the scenes. Come on. Okay, well, we have no paper assistance, so let's see if it happens this time. All right, 3, 2, 1.
You're gonna like
You're
the
gonna
way
like
I
the
fuck.
way you fuck.
I guarantee
it.
Shit. Okay, well,
Beautiful job,
we'll do the
everybody.
paper again.
Beautiful job.
Yeah, we did it. All right, we'll see you all for Rampage 2 in 2023. Be there. Catch the wave.
Catch the wave.
All right.
We regret that you have not yet complied with our order.
This show has been brought to you by Machine Culture.
Oh, so final giant size. Oh.